Their starting lineup from last weekend was the same.
You know, they got 3 weapons off the bench as well, the 2 rebounding machines in Austin Bolt and Stratton Rogers, and along with Abe Johnson, a good young big for Select Black.
Absolutely. We're off. Team Fly wins the jump. Select starts in man-to-man.
You know, one thing Coach Horton was talking about earlier today was he wanted to see better rotations on defense. So let's look to see if they improved on that over the week.
Derek, what do you mean by rotations as Team Fly hits a mid-range jumper to start the game?
Well, when teams run on-ball type sets on offense, you want to make sure that when you hedge with your big, the weak side of the defense is rotating and you're moving as basically as one. So that's kind of what Coach Horton was talking about this week.
With the short amount of time that Select has to practice, I'm sure that's difficult to do in 1 or 2 weeks.
Absolutely. This team, though, does have its advantages. They've been playing together for a long time.
Hayhurst with the nice assist to Worcester underneath for the layup, 2-2.
That's one thing this team does really well. They move the ball, they cut, they're unselfish. It's just fun to watch.
You know, I think one thing that might be a little difficult for these guys is the start of this game being on a 7-hour bus ride.
Absolutely.
Just finding your way. Team Fly with the and 1 finish. 1 free throw to come here. Tanner Hayhurst with the foul. Derek, you watched them last weekend play 7 games. They went 6-1, losing in the semifinals to Lake Show by 3. Who ended up winning that tournament. What else? What were your initial observations watching them?
I think, you know, the main thing is 1 through 8, they're just calm. They have a calming presence about it. It doesn't matter the pressure, the moment, how bright the lights are. They just play under control and within themselves every game. That's what's most fun to watch for me.
You know, 7 out of 8 of these guys played together in the spring. Do you think that helps in terms of their calm and knowing what their roles are?
Absolutely. I mean, playing with one another for a long time is definitely a big advantage for these guys.
Absolutely. Team Fly 4-2 here early. Tyler Robinette with a rebound, throws it ahead to Worcester, throws it ahead to Allen. Back to Worcester for 3. No good. Team Fly with the rebound. You were saying that was good passing right there.
That was just a good example of summer and spring AAU. As you hear a whistle on another court, you think you might have to stop, but they figure it out.
Hayhurst with his traditional spin gets fouled. Tanner Hayhurst had a pretty good weekend last weekend, hitting 3s, mid-range. What did you think about his play?
I thought it was great, and I think that play right there, I mean, we talked about this earlier. Tanner's really good at drawing fouls in the paint. Even with, you know, some of his finesse moves, floaters, turnarounds, stuff like that, he draws a lot of fouls. So that was very indicative of his game.
The one good thing about Tanner, too, is when he gets to that free throw line, it's probably going to go in. I think he's around a 90% free throw shooter. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he led the 5A SIC in scoring last year as a junior at around 19 a game.
Sounds about right.
Hayhurst with the second shot goes in, 4-4 here. Team Fly bringing it up. We're still here. We're still early here in Salem. I don't think there's been a substitution either way. Both teams are still filling each other out.
There you go. See, good talk by Select.
Team Fly hits a 3.
Just a little too slow of a rotation. You don't want to help when your help is not needed. I don't think the help is needed there, and we were just late to rotate out.
Robinette was a little late there on that closeout, and that's what created the 3. Hayhurst with the ball fake. Good drive. Got a foul. Tyler Robinette's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. You know, another thing that I noticed, Derek, is the ball just moves side to side so often.
When you have big, athletic, players on the floor, your bigs are playing outside in the perimeter. When everybody's cutting like that, it's hard to defend. It's not traditional. It's something that not a lot of teams do, and it's really fun to watch.
Well, if you watch basketball nowadays, the more guys that can play around the perimeter, the better. I mean,
absolutely. The game is evolving a little bit to where you got to be able to do a lot of different things at every position.
Robinette misses the first, hits the second. 7-5 Team Fly here early. You won't see a Quint Mortimer team play too much zone defense. They'll be man-to-man for most of this game.
You know, they have played a little bit more than normal this year. The influence of Colby Blaine back to the coaching staff here, I think, has definitely been a factor. But they do like their man-to-man.
Absolutely. Team Fly comes off a ball screen. Nothing there. Keely Bake on the ball here.
Keely's a very strong defender. Very strong defender right there. Takes the charge.
One thing that I noticed there, because nowadays you got to just use that big, strong chest to get in front of those, create that contact.
You have to establish position. You have to beat the offensive player to the spot, and that's exactly what Keeley just did right there.
I think Select's going to run a three-point play here for Hayhurst.
There we go.
Hayhurst in and
Good
out.
shot. Good shot. This will be a key to the game here, getting back in transition, getting a stop. Got to pick up that ball way before half court. You don't want them to get downhill on you.
And as you can see early, I mean, the refs are calling it pretty tight. They're not going to let a lot go. So
very contrasting from Irvine to here. The whistles already, you can tell.
Austin Bolt, Abe Johnson, and Stratton Rogers have checked in. Abe Johnson about a 6'9", 6'10" post from Hellgate High School. As we get another foul on Bolt. Austin Bolt, number 23 out of Bora High School. He's a new addition this weekend to Select. He was a state champion last year. First team All-State guy. What did Coach Horderman expect from him this weekend?
He told me big time rebounder on both ends of the floor. Just plays with great energy. Also a big time football recruit, as I was told. So hopefully to bring some toughness out here as well.
I'm pretty sure that Austin Bolt has offers for football from Utah State, Idaho State, and Montana State as a tight end, wide receiver, flex position. So big time athlete. Team Fly hits the second here. It's I think 8-5. 8-5 Team Fly here. One more free throw to go.
I don't expect very many rebounds to not go to Select in this period of time here with these guys on the floor.
Absolutely. Yep, over the back there on Team Fly, 8-5. Select's going to be bringing it the other way. I think once Select settles in here, the ball's going to be moving, the inside-out game. A lot more shots are going to start falling here, but you never know.
Go, nice cross-screen play coming. There he is. Clear out. See the footwork by the big fella. One thing he does have is good footwork, good decision.
Allen with the mid-range jumper, no good. Stratton Rogers with his first offensive rebound. Allen back up top, probing the defense here. You know, one thing I know the Select coaches would like Tanner Hayhurst to do is let that ball fly when he's open.
Absolutely. I think he does need to develop a quicker trigger. He's an elite shooter. There we go. There's the rebound. He's got to finish now. Convert.
Another one right there.
There's nothing wrong with that possession, though. I think that possession, they were really patient. It started with Abe Johnson. A young player was patient on the block, didn't have it, kicked it out. Got a good shot, just didn't convert.
We're going to get a timeout Select here, 8-5 early. Apologize, it's hard to see the clock, so we're going to do our best to let you know how much time there is. But right now, 8-5, Team Fly, timeout Select. We're back here in Salem, Oregon. Select Black is in a timeout here, down 8-5 to Team Fly. Derek, what are your early observations?
Well, I just think the bus ride's catching up to us. I think we got to get our legs under us a little bit. Just the intensity just doesn't seem to be there. They're moving the ball well on offense, but these guys have another notch that I think is going to start to kick in here once the bus legs get out of us.
I think that we've missed a lot of open shots, layups, open threes, and we've had some uncharacteristic fouls that would translate to not having our rhythm quite yet, but
For sure.
Select's picking up full court here as Team Fly brings it across. Drew Allen, Stratton Rogers, Austin Bolt, Abe Johnson, and Tanner Hayhurst all off the floor for Select.
Good head. Sounds like Coach wants a switch here.
Austin Bolt with the hand check, calling it very tight here early.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication, I think, after that timeout. See what Team Fly does after this inbounds here.
Another thing that would be hard to hard to adjust to is in California, they let a lot of stuff go, a lot of body to body and hand checks.
Very true.
Team fly for 3 misses. Off team fly out of bounds, select ball here. Stratton Rogers, an elite rebounder, elite defender, gets his hands on a lot of balls. Rocky Mountain High School favorites this year in the 5A in the state of Idaho. What can you tell me about him?
High motor guy. He's going to get after it. He's going to be all over the floor. Gets a lot of deflections, great hands. Fun player to watch.
He really gets after here as Allen drives the baseline and turns it over. Team flies transitioning here. True Allen on the ball here. Stratton Rogers now on the ball. Some misdirection here really from Team Fly.
They're really putting their head down and driving.
Team Fly hits the 3 here, 11-5. Abe Johnson, short closeout.
They have Select on their heels a little bit defensively. We're not really setting the tone here.
You know, a staple that Select's been known for over the years is their defense. Always getting stops and playing physical, but a little choppy here early. Get a moving screen on Stratton Rogers off the ball.
Bring in subs.
Raleigh Worcester, Keely Bake, Tyler Robinette back on the floor.
I think Coach Hordeman's just trying to find a group of 5 guys to get them going, and I think everybody else will follow suit. Going to mix up the lineups a little bit.
One thing I've noticed really about Team Fly is they have great spacing.
Got a lot of movement. 2 very similar teams here.
Worcester with the rebound brings it across half court. Robinette turns it into a ball screen with Stratton Rogers. Ball moves a lot with Select here. Worcester with the drive. Looked like he got fouled, no call. Team Fly in transition again.
There's a big fella, has a little skill to his game here.
Keely Bake with the still gets fouled.
I think Select right now, they need a bucket. They need to go get a good shot, whether that's out of their motion or a set. This is a critical possession right here. They need a good bucket.
Raleigh Worcester has the ball here up top. I know Raleigh, a U of M commit at one point, opened up his commitment. I know he's looking at a lot of schools, a high-level basketball player.
Absolutely. He's very talented, very fun to watch. Again, a lot like everybody else in this team, just under control at all times. Good move, good patience.
Robinette with the drive, gets out of bounds. Team Fly switching a lot of screens early here, making Select uncomfortable.
Couple no calls here. Big thing for these kids is to not get caught up in that and just keep playing through contact and go score it. Foul's got to be bonus here.
That would be a foul right there. Hand check, Worcester driving right on the ground here. 1 up, I think that's a Clint Horniman lob special coming here.
Uh-oh, here we go. See if they can convert.
Rogers at the rim, Abe Johnson with the finish.
That's a big bucket. They needed that. They needed that.
Easy basket right there.
Yeah, looks like they're back to just hedging here with the bigs. Not switching. Just getting out and showing a little bit. See, that's too deep. That's just too deep of drives. They need to wall off before the paint.
When you talk about getting deep in the paint, Derek, you're talking about inside that square, right?
Yep. I'm talking about Select's letting drives get into the paint, which is screwing up, our rotations. It's making it too far to travel. So Fly seems to be getting what they want. That's a good defensive play right there.
Johnson with the block. Rogers in transition. Gets fouled, spinning at the rim. He'll be shooting 2 here. I think 13-9 Team Fly here.
Young players, they love to go off a 1 foot in transition. Right there, Stratton Rogers gets to 2 feet. He's under control, and with that, he gets fouled. So very good move there by Stratton Rogers.
Guys playing on balance nowadays is such a vital concept to be able to do.
Yeah, we see that at the college level. I coach up at Montana Tech, and we preach the 2 feet a lot. I mean, you got to have different finishes, but going off of 2 feet more often than not is going to result in positive plays.
Rogers misses the first here, shooting 1 more here. It's up and it's good. 13-10, Team Fly in the lead here.
And a big stop.
Rogers gets in that stance and he moves his feet pretty good.
I mean, this team is defensive oriented, just purely by their mindsets as players.
Team Fly shoots 3, no good. Abe Johnson with the rebound. Select trying to push here.
play.
Rogers with the drive and the finish.
Very nice.
13-12.
Here they come. Just got to keep stacking. Stops and scores. Stops and scores.
Team Fly always has a guy in that free throw line. No good. Rogers another rebound.
Keely Bake, pride of Fairfield, Montana, bringing it up.
Forster shoots that three. No good. Short. Probably could have got a better shot there, maybe.
Yeah, probably a little ill-advised, but testing the waters here.
That would be a tough shot right there by Team Fly. Forster with the rebound.
Look at that. Eyes up. He gets the ball.
Feel like there are a few missed calls there, the way they've been calling it early here, but got to find a way.
Those plays are tough, but what I liked about that is he had his eyes up the floor. He was ready to throw it up the floor. He just lost the handle of it. Went out of bounds. We love to see players, get a rebound and have eyes go up the floor, so ready to pass it.
Looks like Worcester got a new jersey or got his fix. This is the rip last weekend.
Oh, that's LA for you. There's no fouls called down there. Good wall up. Good wall up. Very nice. We'll rotate. That's exactly what I think Coach Horton was talking about. You got to finish the playoff. Keely Bake getting his hands in there. But that's what Coach Horton was talking about today, I think, was the rotations. They just had a little scramble play. They rotated the shooter. You got to finish the playoff with a rebound, but very good defensive rotations.
Team Fly taking it out into their own hoop. Throws it through an elevator screen here. Number 2 for 3, no good.
These guys are not afraid to take shots.
Very uncharacteristic for Select to give up offensive rebounds, let alone 2 in the same possession. Keely Beck with the rebound, losing the cross here.
Nice pass.
Great finish. Great pass to Tanner Harris for the finish. 14-13 Select here in Salem, still in the first half. Select starting to get comfortable here, finding that rhythm.
Loose ball. See, that's kind of the difference in the game right now. Team Fly is coming up with loose balls. That needs to change here if we want to pull away.
Clint Hordeman always finds a way to stay it calm in these situations.
Absolutely.
Top pass there.
Again, loose ball type situations. We're just not coming up with it. We got to put in that extra effort, and I think that'll flip.
Team Fly with the 2, and it's 15-14
nice pass
here. Robinette, drive kick. Worcester kicks out to Harris for 3, no good. Team Fly with the rebound.
Get back on D. Got to get your matchups. Again, just too deep of a drive. Transition, you have to sprint back and work your way inside out. Help wasn't really set up there, and it was just a tough defensive play for Select.
Team Fly getting to the rim again, shooting 2 here. Derek, I mean, one thing that these guys did last weekend, playing with only 7 guys, was they played with a lot of passion. I mean, they played 7 games, lost a close one in the semis, but felt like they played their butts off all weekend.
They did, and that might be setting in here a little bit. As you know, it's a long summer, bus rides, staying the night in dorms, hotels. That can wear on kids. I think once you get into the flow of the game, though, you start to think about that stuff, and you really start playing with that extra gear.
15-13 here, Team Fly. Select bringing it across half court. I think they're running an old Montana Tech play there.
Yep, we call that C. One's calling that Tech.
Harris with the extra pass down to Big.
Good rotations here, very nice. Right there, I think everybody's touched the ball. There's Austin Bolt. There he is.
Worcester got the drive that started it off. Bolt finished it.
That play right there, that's one that I would love to see Tanner Hayers jump up and shoot. The ball's touched everybody's hands. It gets swung around the perimeter. He's got a closeout. I think he can jump up and shoot that one.
Hayers, considered a very elite three-point shooter. The Select coaches wanted
Good hands by Raleigh. Good try by Austin. That's the stuff he does. He's going to put his nose in there. He's going to do the dirty stuff. Just got that offensive rebound put back. Those are winning plays right there.
Austin Bolt showed up this week with a black eye from playing down in Anaheim last weekend. His motor does not stop ever.
Let's see if this next group, after some subs, can keep up this effort.
Stratton Rogers and Ed Johnson check back in with True Allens, Raleigh Worcester, and Tanner Harris still on the floor.
This number 4 for Team Fly is pretty shifty. Hopefully we stay in front of him here.
Team Fly doesn't really get sped up a whole lot.
No, they don't. They sit down guard, being helped.
Step through,
Again,
finish.
he's good. He's driving in there. He's looking to pass the ball, but he will take his opportunities if he has them.
Team Fly here, 18-14, early up 4, I think. Worcester gets fouled. Nice pass by Tanner Harris. That's one thing that I know Clint would like to see more from his guards is posting smaller guards.
Well, and that's the versatility of Raleigh Worcester. I mean, he'll score at all 3 levels. He can post, he can finish in transition, he can shoot from the outside. So very nice to see posting Raleigh Worcester down there.
Worcester is also the quarterback over at Hellgate High School.
He is.
Just a super athlete, tough, hard-nosed guy. Knocks down the first. Second one about to be up. Short. 18-15, Team Fly here. Again, playing at their pace.
About 4 minutes left.
4 minutes to go here. Number 4, ball screen.
You can tell he's a very headsy player. He also plays at his own pace. We're going to have to make some adjustments with guarding number 4 here in the second half.
It's another floater, 20-15, Team Fly. About 3:30 left to go in the first half.
Be patient down there. I love his patience. It's a great left hand.
Johnson.
Very nice play there.
Abe Johnson, the guy that just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, honestly, I think he gets better by the day. He's a younger player as far as he hasn't been playing basketball for that long. Former soccer player, that's why he has such good feet. Love that left hand, right shoulder move there by Abe Johnson.
Johnson and Worcester are teammates at Hellgate High School. They're probably one of the favorites there in Montana for this upcoming season.
They definitely are, coached by Jeff Hayes over there at Hellgate. Got a great program.
Hayes is a Montana Grizzly, correct?
He was. He played I think, a season at Montana Grizz and then finished his career with Carroll College. Actually, he was our grad assistant at University of Montana when I was a player. So, know Jeff really well. Great guy. Great coach.
Allen brings it across half court. Looks like he's going to get a drag from Tyler Robinette. Tyler Robinette has a serious size advantage on the block right now. Allen rises up for 3, no good. Team Fly to rebound.
I think we could have got a better look there, but Drew Allen's a very capable player. He can get going at any time.
Number 4 drives, gets deep in the paint, kick out, no good. Rogers with the tip.
Very nice effort. Got a scramble. Very good.
Off Team Fly, they're out of bounds.
Just love to see there is a bunch of white jerseys flying at the ball.
Keely Big checks back in. Drew Allen coming out of the game. Looks like Coach Horderman might sub in Austin Bolt here as well, but he's going to hold them. About 2 minutes to go. These are a pivotal 2 minutes here for Select.
Yep. You want to end the half on a high note. Have a good halftime meeting and come out strong.
Worcester comes out with a double down. Put mid-range. Good.
Very good patience there. Took what the defense gave him. Didn't force it. Very good play there by Raleigh Worcester.
Very smooth play.
Good show by Abe. Good help. Great help there by Abe Johnson. They lost the guy down there.
Stratton Rogers with the deflection. Here comes Select.
That's what he does.
Another drag screen here for Keely Bake. Turns it to the side to Raleigh. Raleigh with the ball, top turns it to Robinette. Keely Bake. Stratton Rogers curls. Mid-range jumper, no good. A lot of mid-range jumpers here early for Select.
Yep.
Another deflection, Stratton Rogers.
Nice pass.
Johnson in transition, no good. Rogers rebound.
Look at that
tip.
Love that effort there. Love this effort here by Select. You get next possession, take your time, be patient.
Abe Johnson
Good move.
finish.
Good move.
Great drop step baseline. Looked like a little contact, no call. Way to finish it.
Tell you what, that's an impressive move by a high school big. That spin baseline. That is an elite move that a lot of college players don't have.
Fly with the tough mid-range. You know, the mid-range more and more analytically, the greats say that it's not as great a shot.
That's why you see more threes being taken in the NBA. A lot of analytics behind it.
fake off a screen.
Good drag.
Robinette, rising fire. No good. Short.
Smart play. Good shot. Very good shot.
Fake. Good defense. Go straight up. Not sure how much time we have here.
About 27 seconds, I think, left in the half.
27 seconds here for Select. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Hordeman runs down the clock here.
Looks like they're going to go with a high on ball here at 10 seconds. Let's try and keep this guy off and not get a 5-second call out here.
Worcester getting a count. Dribbles out of it. Mid-range turnaround. Short. Robinette with the offensive rebound to end the finish.
Very good play.
2, 1, 0. Team fly from half court. Got it.
I'll tell you what, that possession right there was indicative. It's the old saying, as a player, always know the time, the score, and the mismatch. And right there, I don't think Select knew the time and the score. They didn't know the time, and that's why they gave up that shot there in the half.
Kind of looks very casual there. We're going to cut out for a break.
My name is Clint Hordeman. I am the head coach for Select Basketball, and I also am an owner of Select Printing. Select Printing can handle any type of job that you need, from team gear, online stores, or even corporate apparel. We have worked with a lot of different Select families, and so if you're looking for a referral on any different jobs, I'd love to be able to point you in the right direction so you can talk to them about our business, how we operate, all the above. If you'd like to check out some examples of our different jobs, feel free to look us up on social media or on our website. Looking forward to an awesome season, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Josh, can you send me a drink?
We're back here in Salem, Oregon. It's 23-23 between Select Black and Team Fly from Oregon. Team Fly hanging in there early. Select came out a little flat, but Select starting to made a run there, but Team Fly had a half-court shot to tie the game here up. Derek, what are a few things that are going to be a key here in the second half to get Select going in the right track?
It's a lot of keys, just like any other game. I think rebounding the ball, not turning it over, taking care of the ball on offense. I think those are going to be the biggest keys here. Who can get the best looks at the basket, and come out with the most energy this half.
Worcester taking the ball. It's going to inbound it to True Allen. True Allen from Clarkson High School. Austin Bolt, Tyler Robinette, Tanner Hayers flank them. Worcester turns it to Hayers. Turns it over to Robinette. Robinette down to Bolt. Bolt blocking down his man on the post. Bolt stuck in the post. Kicks it to Robinette. Robinette back to Bolt. Bolt with the ball fake and the shot.
Nice.
Great extra pass.
Again, great patience. They didn't force anything. Very great play there by Select. That's a typical Select play.
The extra pass is always a pass that we value in this program. So let's see if Select can get a stop here. Bolt hedging with Hayers. Number 4 again with the ball.
Yeah, he's very shifty. Very good passer. I think they're going to rely on him to make some plays here in the second half.
Worcester picking up the pressure, so is Bolt. Looks like Select's going to try to get after these guys a little bit.
Yep, good hands.
Fly with the deep three, no good. Robinette with the rebound, throws it ahead to Allen. Select trying to push here. Allen over to Hayhurst. Hayhurst with the floater, good.
Again, very good floater. He loves that move. Very efficient at it.
Allen with the great push. Select got out in transition. Austin Bolt ran the floor as well to get that thing going. 27-23 Select here early in the second half at the Hoop Salem and Salem, Oregon.
The last possession was very good. They held the team to one shot. They got the rebound. They got out and attacked. They got to keep that up. Again, there's a second shot opportunity.
Team Fly gets to the rim, finishes on the putback. Allen quickly ahead the court to Hayhurst. Hayhurst drives the lane out to Worcester for three. No good. Robinette gets his hands on it. Bolt gets his hands on it and gets it. Bolt with the great pass to Worcester.
Very good patience. Again, Austin Bolt. There's that guy down there getting all those rebounds. Love to see it. That's what he does.
29-25 Select.
Very good help there.
With the miss. Allen pushing it in transition. Allen in transition. This is a shot.
That's where True Allen's very good in transition. He knows when to attack. He knows when to pull it back out and get a better shot. He chose the spot very wisely there. Got the foul. Hopefully converted the line now.
Allen's going to shoot two. Here's his first one. Lines it up. Good. 30-25 Select. No subs coming in here. Allen's about to shoot the second one. Allen's dad, Alan Allen, was a U of I football player, and I'm pretty sure he played in the NFL for a little bit here.
Yep, brother's also on the U of I basketball team. Very good genes in that family.
Allen misses the second, 30-25 Select here. Worcester guarding the ball. Hayhurst on number 2. True Allen trying to deny number 4 here. Worcester. We got a jump ball here.
I think a fortunate call there for Select. Again, need to limit teams to one shot per possession. They really need to hit the boards hard this second half and shore that up.
I think it's so important that you get a body on everyone.
Very good hands.
Allen tries to shoot the gap. Almost gets a deflection. Excuse me, he got a deflection. Almost gets a steal. Team Fly with the miss. Tough shot there.
Again, True Allen gets the rebound. Eyes are up. He sees the floor so well. Great pass.
Floater, Hayhurst, no good. Robinette tip. Robinette offensive rebound. Gets it taken away.
This team will wear you down, though, I think, on the glass, on the offensive glass. They need to really fix their defensive rebounding, but offensively, they are going to pound the boards.
Team Fly drives in. Worcester by himself lays it up. That's a free two right there. 42-35. Excuse me, 32-25, correct?
I believe so. Let me take a look here. Yep, 32-25.
32-25 here. Hayhurst by himself. Team Fly, outside of that early layup, hasn't scored a whole lot.
They're running some double high posts on the elbows there with some ball screens. Looks a little clogged up to me, but
Hayhurst drives, no shot on the ground. You know, I think that's a great drive by Hayhurst, but again, as we talk about, we'd love to see him shoot that one.
we would. I think that'll come. He's a young player. He's taking what the defense gives him, but I think as he matures, he will be a guy you cannot give an inch to at the three-point line.
Stratton Rogers, Abe Johnson, Keely Bake check back in for Select. Hayhurst, Robinette, and Worcester get a break. Allen drives, kicks. Allen back out with the ball up top. Select just moves the ball so well when they get it moving.
When these guys play unselfishly and move the ball, they're very hard to guard.
Allen with the floater with his offhand. Allen, a lefty, knocked it down with his right hand. So skilled with that finish.
This is my 4th year in Select. I've been watching True Allen and a lot of these guys play and develop, and I'm very impressed with how he has developed his offensive game since when I first saw him.
Team Fly with the 3 calls a quick timeout, probably to stop the momentum here.
Absolutely. He wants to get his team under control here. I think Select's kind of got all the mo here going in the second half. We'll see what happens out of this timeout.
We're gonna go to a quick break here. We'll be back in a moment.
Yep. Getting anything?
Derek, Coach Church over here, former Select legend, Select coach, now the assistant coach at Bellevue.
Coach Church, we'd love to get him on the mic here after the game and get some of his analysis if he would like. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Coach Church, assistant coach at Central Washington, formerly assistant coach at LCSC in Lewiston. Coach Selvig, could you get a score for us here?
Yep, gotcha. We have 34 to 20, I believe 28.
34 to 28. Allen brings it across there, and their tech match set again. Fake with the drive.
Very good take. I think, with that play, the spacing's so good, you draw help, and you're creating a closeout in those corners. If the defense takes away that initial drive, you kick it, you might have a shot, you have that closeout, you drive it, and just like that, Keely Bay tries in and gets fouled.
I think that
Coach Horniman has run that play about 3 times now that old Montana Tech runs, Coach Selvig.
Yeah, well, Coach Hyatt's a great X's and O's guy, and that's pretty much, I steal all my stuff from him, so I'm glad to see that's being used throughout Select.
Fake misses the first, knocks down the second. 35-28 Select. Early second half. Team Fly brings it across half court. Select still in man-to-man. Team Fly spacing the floor out.
Great defensive possession. Finish it with a rebound here. Very good.
Bolton, the Team Fly guy, go for it. Out of bounds on Team Fly.
Again, if you watch that, I don't think that shooter had great rhythm, had a hand in his face. Great defensive possession. That's what you want to do as a defensive team is to force shots like that, and that's what Select did.
Select coming down with a drag between Allen and Austin Bolton. Allen pulls for 3, no good. Bolt's motor. Bolt goes selling into the other court, out of bounds off him, but Select there to pick him up.
Not a bad shot there from Allen, but
no, he's just trying to get going. He has improved his outside shooting tremendously in the last couple of years, and I think he's just looking to get going from out there.
Number 4 for Team Fly checks back in, takes a tough mid-range, no good.
Finish it with a rebound. Again, those offensive boards are devastating.
Oh, tough drive there, tough pass there by Team Fly, out of bounds off Team Fly.
For all the young players watching, you want to force teams to take that shot, and you need to get that rebound. It's demoralizing when teams continue to miss shots and are limited to 1. That's how you become an elite defensive team.
just the amount of Ed Johnson taking his time.
Again, very patient. Love it. Love to see that from the big guy.
You can see Ed Johnson taking a look to see if the double team's coming, then he's comfortable making his move.
Yep.
As Coach Selvig said early on, Abe's still learning the game at a high level.
Stratton Rogers with the steal. You know, one thing that Select does with all 8 of these players at such a high level is they just keep coming in waves.
They do. They do. Every one of them are on the same page. They all have the same goal in mind. That's team success, and within that comes the individual success. Very, very fun to watch.
Worcester and Hayhurst check back in. I think here comes another three-point play for Tanner Hayhurst.
See right there, I would like Abe Johnson to headhunt Hayhurst, man. Instead of just stand there expecting him to be there. I think you need to go headhunt the guy, but again, great play by Select.
Hayhurst so skilled, drives, floats it off the backboard in for 2, 39-28 Select. Worcester with the rebound, brings it across half court, gives it up to Rogers. Rogers shoots it for 2, good. 41-28 Select. Starting to open it up here.
Keep stacking together stops. The offense just, the basket keeps getting bigger. See if they continue to do that.
Rogers constantly trying to get deflections, pressure on the ball.
Tough shot. Yep, very tough shot. It's okay. You live with that as a coach.
Forster across half court, getting a drag screen from his teammate Ed Johnson from Hellgate. Forster with a beautiful pass up to Big for 3. No good.
Great offensive rebound. Abe Johnson working down low. Rare miss by Keely Bay from the three-point line. He's been shooting it at a very high level this summer.
Team Fly getting a little sloppy on the offensive end here.
You can tell that there's not as much pep in Team Fly's step right now. A little stagnant, kind of one-on-one. That's where you don't want to gamble. You want to just keep them in front when they're not moving as much off the ball. You want to just keep them in front and and it gets frustrating for teams. You give them angles, and it's a one-on-one show. You don't want to bail them out with a foul there.
Any moment here, Coach Selvig, I might have to run over and coach Select Purple over on court number 6 here. We'll see how much time they've got
No problem. We can plug Coach Church in at any time.
Team Fly underneath the hoop, kicks it out. Coach Hordeman commanding his players, encouraging Tyler Robinette to fly around.
Very nice play.
See if he gets a dunk here. Easily.
You can tell these guys play for each other. They really enjoy each other, and right there was indicative of that. They have each other's backs. That allows them to go for a gamble here and there.
One thing that's always nice to see is how many Select guys are all around watching these games, supporting their teammates. You know.
If you're noticing here, when Select has the ball, it's touching a lot of different hands. Team Fly right now, the ball isn't moving very much. That will come down. Again, great pass, Raleigh Worcester.
Tyler Robinette with a nice left-handed finish. Robinette, a senior over at my high school, Middleton High School, primed for a big senior season here. First team All-Conference guy last year. Worcester digs in, gets the steal, throws it ahead to Keely Bake. Bake, good.
Again, the ball's touching a couple different players' hands each time. Very, very fun basketball.
With the way these guys play, it could be someone different every game that has the most points.
It is equal opportunity basketball. I'd like to see them get up and pressure a little bit more. I think Team Fly's hit maybe 3 jumpers in a row. They need to do something to make them a little bit more uncomfortable.
Worcester off a ball screen from Hayhurst, playing with his man. Robinette from the top of the key for 3, no good.
Again, offensive rebound, Stratton Rogers.
Floater from Hayhurst already coming, gets fouled.
I really wish we could get some stats, because I think Austin Bulk and Stratton Rogers might lead the entire tournament in rebounds by the end of this thing.
It'd be very interesting to see also. You got Ed Johnson and Robinette getting a ton of deflections. It makes it, as you said earlier, it's demoralizing to get a stop and then they tip it back out and you get another possession.
Yep.
Hayhurst knocks down the first one. Austin Bolt checking back in for Stratton Rogers. Well-deserved rest. Keely Bake checking off the floor. True Allen subbing in.
Right now you got 51-35 Select with 6 minutes left in the game.
6 minutes to go here. 51-35 Hayhurst again on the line. Knocks it down. Nothing but net. I think all 4 of his free throws have been nothing but net.
Let's see if they can get up into shooters now, make it a little difficult on them. Coach Hordeman's calling for some switches here. When you go to switching everything, especially with your bigs, you're trusting your bigs to guard perimeter players, and you're trying not to give up any, defensive lacks as far as misassignments. So let's see if they start to switch everything here towards the end of this game.
Robinette walling up there down on the block. Another tough 3, no good. Bolt comes down with it. What a surprise. Allen by himself. Ooh, nice block by Team Fly out of nowhere. Maybe a little contact, but good play all around. Hayhurst throws ahead. Bolt gonna get a finish here. Another dunk for Select. Nice pass, nice finish. Austin Blue always running hard.
Again, rebound, eyes go up the floor. Good hustle there by Bolt. Great play.
I think this travel there by Worcester. Allen and Worcester ran into each other.
I think that one thing that we're seeing here is, as Team Fly gets tired, is tougher shots equal transition opportunities for Select.
Absolutely.
Team Fly takes a timeout, 54-35 Select with about 4 minutes to go here in the game. Timeout, Team Fly. We're going to take a quick break.
And we're back here at Salem, Oregon. We'd love to thank our sponsors, Select Printing, Bam Jam 2019. Who else we got? Can't leave anybody out.
I'm sure missing quite a few here. I mean,
Transition Hoops, another great sponsor.
We got Bam Jam coming up here in
A little less than a month. Hopefully Coach Selvig and his team, the constant Spokane Hoop Fest guys, can make it over to Boise August 10th and 11th for
We love to. Former select coach J.C. Isaacman's getting married. Congrats to him. Hopefully make it down in a year.
Team Fly taking it out underneath the hoop.
Now, as a coach, towards the end of the game, you got a nice lead. You want to see your team stay locked in. You don't want to see any lapses. You don't want to relax. Again, nice hands here. They call a foul, but you want to stay locked in and have a ton of effort here towards the end of this game.
This tournament, you get 6 fouls, so I think Austin Bull will be just fine with 6 fouls. 16-minute halves, running clock, last 8, 6 minutes of the game if it's 20 or more. Nice finish there, tough finish.
Very tough finish. So look to help. Here we go.
Coach Horton imploring these guys to get a great shot here.
They started off the non-ball.
There it is.
See, and that's Tanner Hayers to a T. Love to see it. Hopefully he continues that shooting throughout the summer.
Hayers very capable from knocking it down from anywhere. Nothing but net. Johnson on the post. Allen gets his hands on it.
Good dig down by True.
Another tough shot there.
Long shots equal long rebounds and run outs.
Johnson with the dunk.
As you see Stratton, Rogers, and Keeley get up to check back in, Coach Horderman just keeps bringing them in waves.
Does a great job recognizing when someone's tired. They get them in, get them out.
We had our select blue team won earlier today. Our select gray team won earlier today. Our 16U red team won earlier today. I think I might be missing a few. Allen comes across, misses a mid-range.
So many quality coaches and kids in this select program. So many, it's hard to keep track of.
Sitting on Coach Horderman's bench right now, Ryan Lundgren, the assistant coach at College of Southern Idaho,
Former Valley View head coach.
Colby Blaine, and
Colby Blaine next to him, the head coach of College of Idaho. Shelby Lindley next to Colby Blaine, the assistant at College of Idaho. I mean, you've got 3 guys that have been around a lot of basketball right there that are valuable assistants to Coach Horderman in this program.
Yep, at the end of the bench, you got one of my players, Riley Spoonhunter, a 17U kid from Browning, Montana, and then a couple kids off Select Red 16U team.
Drew Wyman, Great Falls, Whit Miller, Boise High School.
Love to see the support.
Allen misses both, but there's Ed Johnson trying to get one.
Great effort by Abe. I think the ball hit the backboard. He was so high up. Good effort by Abe, though. You keep coming with that effort, you're gonna be successful.
Ed Johnson finds a way to get his hands on a lot of loose balls too.
Screen downs. Let's look to see what Team Fly does here.
Rogers again, active as can be.
See, and that was better movement than we've been seeing from Team Fly. They got a little bit more movement off the ball, made some cuts to the hoop, and they were successful. So.
Coach Horderman calling out 5 game for his team. Rogers hits a wide open 3. It's a nice shot right there by Rogers.
It's nice to see Stratton Rogers get it going from 3. He's a complete player if he gets that shot down consistently.
Team Fly just can't find much here.
You see a lot of white jerseys around those rebounds, I'll tell you what.
Bolt running hard again. He's going to kick it out to, Keely Bake, Frost. Nice pass out to Allen. Turnover by Rogers there.
Oh. I think Abe Johnson blocks that shot if he does not slip there.
Yeah, there's a logo underneath the hoop, Howard Kia, that Johnson looked like he slipped on as he was going to block it off the backboard. I think Coach Horderman might run out the clock here.
About 40 seconds left in the game.
40 seconds. Could we get a score, Derek?
We got 62-41.
Refs call it 62-41 Select with the win. Nice job by the boys.
Great effort by Select Black. Like to see them keep that going throughout the tournament.
Great response there. You know, they never got out of control. They never lost their cool. They just stuck with it. Down 21-15 at one point. very impressive from a veteran group.
Yep, I think that was a great game to get their legs under them, to get the bus off. I think they're ready to go through the rest of this deal.
Well, Derek, I'm going to head out here.
Absolutely. Good luck, Andy. A lot of fun.
Coach
Appreciate
Schultz,
it, man.
great job.
Yep, absolutely. And that'll be it for us tonight. Select Black defeats Team Fly. Hopefully we'll have some more commentary tomorrow and some more games. Thanks for being with us.